Nation, welcome to another episode of the Jobbertears podcast. As always, I'm Janelle from HR, here with Sir Wilkins and Mrblacc in the building. We are in this amazingly looking room that we kind of previewed. So we're giving it a little bit of test run, test drive. So please bear with us. But we're here, we're live. Good morning for those that are on the live feed that are coming in. Hope you have your coffee, your tea, your breakfast. Come on into Jobbertears world. We're going to talk about, man, what a heavy wrestling weekend did we have. Blessings on blessings. Everybody was running this weekend. Mm-hmm. But before we do jump into that, we want to thank everyone that did come out to the AEW viewing party. It's so funny. It translated how dedicated people were to this pay-per-view. Because normally the bar is like top to bottom filled with people. Oh, hey, girl. Yeah, this is live. We live, girl. You on the live with us.
Oh, she caught one.
Shout out to anyone watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Good morning. But yeah, thank you to everyone that did come out to our AEW viewing party. The next time we will be
We showed NXT too.
Yeah, we did on one TV screen.
Yes, we did.
On our side, because I was watching it. But I ended up watching it the next day because I needed the audio because I needed to hear stuff. But yeah, no, the next time we'll be at Legends will be for Money in the Bank. No, I'm lying. Forbidden Door. Forbidden Door is first. First up is Forbidden Door. So AEW Forbidden Door, I believe is late June. And then we will be back at Legends again for Money in the Bank. Yes, Job Wrestling 3, July 29th. Tickets on sale shortly and soon. We will be making a very big announcement the day of Battle Club Pros do the fight thing too. So June.
You get tickets right now.
Yes, June 17th, Saturday, June 17th. We will be making a very big announcement pertaining to Jobber Slam 3.
Shout out to big time Yaya getting the W at Shadows of Wrestling this Sunday.
Yeah, shout out to Shadow Wrestling Alliance where we did sponsor Yaya, who actually the first time ever Yah versus Brian Keith, and Yah came with the W.
Of course, I make sure of that, man. I made sure of that. And his opponent was there. I made sure that he get the W. You know why? Yaya don't face weak opponents. But this opponent is weaker than Yaya. It's going to be easy caking. Take man who?
But yes, so once again, Battle Club Pro, do the fight thing too, June 17th. Tickets are still on sale. Limited tickets for front row are still available. But once again, we will be making a very big announcement pertaining to Jobber Slam 3 at that show.
Shout out to Michael Bostic. I don't hate the set as much as now. Y'all there.
Listen, it must be a visual thing. Aesthetically gotta look right. So we're trying it
out there, got any questions, man? Ask your questions away, man.
Yeah,
it's the morning show.
Yep. Before we get into some wrestling, this weekend, Saturday, June 3rd. Oh my God, we're in June. Half of the year is over. Jesus, where did the time go? Sir Wilkins will be representing the Jobbertears podcast in a celebrity
50-piece niggas.
Not happening, bro.
50-piece niggas. There's
happening.
a reason why I wore the Kobe shirt today.
Inspiration.
I need y'all to understand Black Haitian Mamba mentality.
Shout out to Kyle. What up? But yes, Sir Wilkins will be a part of
50-piece in the Bronx. I don't think y'all understand. I am going off.
Annoying.
Light switch.
So once again, shout out to H2O who was here last week promoting his event. That's the 7th annual Ball for Peace.
On Pix 11 News.
Yeah, he was all over. He was on Hot 97. Like, he's all over. So once again, those that are on the live feed, if you have not gave Mark Zuckerberg any type of permission, please put your name. We do want to know who you are and that you're joining us here this morning. But yes, once again, Ball for Peace at Lehman College this Saturday. So if you're in the Bronx and you want to pop up and support Sir Wilkins as he attempts to make these 50 points of a game that I don't know what's happening, but make sure to come out and support. Tickets are on sale for that. Once again, it is a charity event.
Shout out to Danny, a.k.a. Turbo.
So make sure.
He hated that nickname.
Oh, why?
Because my brother can explain to you why he's called Danny Turbo.
Oh, Turbo? Because So we call Danny Turbo because he has only one way of playing. Turbo. That man goes fast. He goes. He here's how he dribbles. He starts at the key, then zoom down into the paint.
So what's his average?
No. He could ball.
Okay.
He ain't trash.
Okay, no, shout out to Danny in the building. Thank you for tuning in this morning.
Like he's far from trash. Like he probably still get people like a good 20 piece. Like he's good.
It's your brother over here talking about a 50 piece. I said, listen, I need you to not break an ankle, to not tear a quad, none of that shit. Okay,
listen.
We got plans this summer. Okay.
Listen. I'm just saying that. Like, we got Seymour's and black seed oil and Haitian power. So, we good. Get the cremas. That's it.
Shit is wild.
No. Cremas and tea. You rub it everywhere. That's it. You good. You healed. That's it.
All right. But, so what else is going on before we get into some, what have you been watching on TV? What's on your TV screen?
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of stuff. Keep me updated. So
that's non-wrestling before we get into some wrestling.
Dang.
JPS _ world has a question before, as Mr. Black was still stuck on what he's watching. He said he's followed Battle Club for the last 2 years. Mr. Black, when will we see you in the ring in competition instead of donning the stripes?
So the question is, they want to know when I will step into the ring.
Dun.
You know what? For the viewers. Wait, hold on. For the viewers, to be honest with you, I don't know. It's mostly me. Like, I do see myself actually.
No, yeah, it's not echoing no more. That's what you was trying to figure out.
I didn't know how to do that.
It's okay.
But yeah. Just to answer your questions, like, I do want to get in the ring though, but I want to be in better shape.
Do they hear us? Do you guys hear us?
Those that are on the live feed, can you hear us clear, loud and clear? We want to be able to make sure you guys can hear us versus, you're on mute. So unmute it.
Oh, I got it. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't hear the echo, though. Or maybe I don't know. It wasn't bothering me. But Kyle mentioned Across the Spider-Verse comes out this week. Little Mermaid came out this past weekend. Listen, if you have little black girls, little black boys.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you.
Please make sure to go and take your kids and grown adults to go see The Little Mermaid. Okay? As we have some audio stuff going on here. But yes, Little Mermaid is definitely a must-see. Shout-outs to Haley Bailey for being Ariel, a bomb-ass Ariel, no matter what people say. It was really good to go out and see that. Did we talk about Fast X?
Fast X was fire.
I didn't see it.
Oh, shit. Okay, then I guess we'll wait. But for those that did watch, Fast X was pretty good. It was definitely... Kyle said Bella will jump in the ring if you end up in the... Yeah. I think we good now. Okay, that could work. Okay. Whatever works, guys. But yes, Little Mermaid came out. I'm trying to think what else. Transformers, I think, comes out next week. So that's going to be a good one.
You have to understand, it's Transformers Beast Wars, B.
Yeah.
Beast Wars? You know, Optimus Primal? Cheetor?
Listen, listen, The Flash, yes, comes out in 2 weeks. But he's only excited for The Flash because of Batman. He don't give a fuck about goddamn Flash or anything, Supergirl, none of that. He only care about Michael
everybody
Keaton.
who's waiting to see the new Flash movie, you gotta see the DC animated version called The Flashpoint Paradox. It's on HBO became the Max.
Oh yeah.
You know
it's just called Max.
Max. That's it. So the Max. I'm saying is this:
I love
go
how
on the Max.
Bostic and Kyle, like, I'm not giving DC, my
What
money.
up, class?
I'm just saying. Look at the Flashpoint Paradox on the Max. Look, watch that. That's the best DC animated movie you will see. That's my Seymour's brother says. Underrated movie. Underrated. A Flashpoint Paradox on the Max.
No.
Trust me.
But to
You see? Y'all finna watch that tonight.
no, the fuck we
Nah,
not.
I'm telling you, Janelle.
No,
it's
we are
fire.
not. Well, I promise you, we will watch Bad Boys of Houston. So that whole Spider, whatever the fuck he talking about, we not watching that. So that's a dub. I don't care
Got
for
Jay
that.
Quest.
Look, Quest agrees with you.
Yep, he said right here, yeah.
But on the Mac, yeah. So HBO turned into Max. Fucking Speaking about TV shows, I know y'all don't watch, but the spinoff of Sex and the City and There It Goes comes back next month, and there is a special surprise coming, guys.
Listen,
so stay tuned.
bump
Listen,
that.
some of TV,
The Wonder Years is coming
some
back.
of I couldn't really get into that.
Because he's not dark skinned enough.
Oh, well, that's pretty racist of you to
into what?
say.
Get into what?
To the Wonder Years, the remake of the Wonder Years. I tried, cause so you know who my TV buddy is, and shout outs to Nicholas. Nicholas is my TV buddy. Anytime I got a new show or he got a new show, we swap shows all the time, recommendations and that. So he had told me, he's like, yo, try the Wonder Years, the remake. It has black couple, black family, blah, blah, blah. I said, cool, not a problem. I did 2 episodes. Could not get into it. I don't know what it was. It didn't connect for me, and it had nothing to do with like it didn't connect for me. So,
We have some. Do you want to start the show with questions that people have?
we can.
I have some questions here from Facebook.
Oh,
Instagram.
really? All right, so go for it.
Okay.
Wait, actually, before you do extra question, JPS_world, he had missed the answer to Mr. Black's answer, but his answer basically was he's not sure, so stay tuned. He wants his body to be in the right shape.
Yeah.
In order to really give you guys the match that you guys are looking for.
Yeah.
So just hang on, stay tuned, because we never know what's happening. But okay, questions before we get into.
Hold on, there is a LeBron James high school. No, that already came out already. That was years ago.
No, it's a new one coming out. It's an actual movie, not
it's not
a documentary.
It's not documentary, not with them actually talking about it. It's actual movie, like people playing them. So yeah. I don't know what the name of it is. But okay.
I mean nothing quoting like
questions.
So first question from Gotham Podcast Studios.
Shout out to Gotham Podcast Studio.
The UFC WWE merger will with the UFC WWE merger, will we see more crossover? Is this good or bad? I like this question.
Do I see more crossover? Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think people on the UFC side, even before the merger, I think had interest. There were certain people that, we had the Daniel Cormier thing for 2.5 and things like that. So I do think it's a great alternative. And, but they also mentioned that they were keeping them very separate. Like, UFC will still be doing UFC things and WWE will still be doing WWE things. So, I mean, do I see it happening as much? Maybe not as much as maybe people may think, but I think it's great for business. It's great cross-promotion just off rip, where if you're watching a UFC show, you'll see a WWE superstar in the, in the audience, or a WWE programming commercial during the pay-per-views, whatever. Like, I just think business-wise, it'll get a lot of eyes on either side of the products. But what do you guys think?
Honestly, the amount of times that you know what a minute is just like the world needs wrestling, because literally this company owns a scripted sport and a non-scripted sport. So either way, this man's making boo-boo amount of money. And the good thing about it is it will allow the UFC to be more marketable. Allow these people like, yo, if you really want to get UFC, this other layer to like, you gotta have personality. So I won't be surprised if they see promo packages. You feel me? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the good promo package. They have crossover appeal from like, oh, Michael Cole's interviewed this person and vice versa. I think that is great in the long run because it gives people behind the scenes a lot more jobs. And because of that, production.
Oh, we're gonna talk about production now.
will even get better on UFC, and WWE might take something from the UFC too. Think about it. I like to see fireworks when someone wins. Pew, pew. What if someone comes out? My nigga Izzy come out like fire, like Kane. I want to see that.
Stop hitting me. Thank you. I had to teach you a lesson now.
Shout out to Gene.
Gene that came through the viewing
The
party.
55-year-old look like 10.
I'm asleep. He's not that old. He definitely said that. Sir Wilkins, your thoughts on the merger?
So I think with the merger, I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna promo each other more or less. Mm-hmm. I think you'll see like Izzy maybe sitting that front row at one of the Monday Night Raws or pay-per-view. You'll see Braun Breaker at one of the UFC matches and stuff like that. And then you may see one or two UFC people's like, okay, this UFC thing, I'm done with this. Let me go over to WWE. I don't think it's going to be any like a consistent like, oh, this is like X-Men versus Street Fighter crossover. I think it'll be less than that. But the next question is,
wait, you got to do the screen right here.
Actually, I'm going to hold that question till we talk about Double or Nothing. Okay. I'm going to hold it. We're going to answer it, but I'm going to hold it. So the next
question is, if you can trade between AEW, this is from KFLO 11287.
Oh, thank you on Instagram.
So he said, if you can make one trade between AEW and WWE, who would you trade and why? Miro. I would trade Miro with who will be on the WWE side?
I gotta think on the WWE side.
I would do Miro, and you know what? I'll do Miro and American Alpha.
Yeah, I was thinking Chad Gable.
Alpha.
That was wild.
There's no American Alpha.
No, there.
Well, you know, it's
Alpha Academy.
Alpha Academy.
Yeah, I was thinking Chad Gable, so it's so funny.
So
you said that.
I would do those two.
Okay. For me, I will trade.
What? I'm not trading Dijak. Fuck out of here.
I would trade Big Bill.
What?
Excuse me?
Go ahead. Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Cass.
And I would trade him for the Miz.
You want Miz on AEW?
Yes.
And Big Bill on WWE?
Yes. I'm going to explain to you why Big Bill.
Okay.
Because Big Bill can move in the ring. That's baby test right there. So have another big man on WWE TV, they're going to use him right. He's going to feel larger than life. So imagine him going to the NXT system and stuff like that. And he know how to cut promos. And he could be a good heater. Partner up with Dolph. Look what Dolph did to Drew McIntyre. Come on. Big Bill will be money in WWE. Like his talent is just like, I think he's just coasting in AEW. And why I put the Miz on there is because, yo, you need somebody that's going to put in the work in that Kanye West will not do. Meaning that doing the media stuff, doing all the media scream, doing the extra work that they don't do. So having him over there will definitely put the company over the edge.
Oh, that was a weird trade, but okay. I heard the explanation, but I was like, what? Big Bill. They've been there, done that.
And the reason why that
it's so funny because I definitely asked Mikey the other day. I said, yo, how would you, like, scale for 1 to 10, how would you think people would like, mark out if Enzo's music hit one good time on WWE TV?
But the one thing you said about Chad Gable, reason why that I kind of look, I was like, that could work, but they already have a Chad Gable type of character.
Who?
The dude from the Dark Order.
He's not doing it.
I was about to say, I don't
because
even know
they don't
who
push
that
him. Like he's like he's funny like Chad Gable.
I think Chad Gable's better.
Yeah, way better.
But I'm talking about they have a character like that.
Yeah, but
and like that, like they're not even using him right.
You can have two shooters on the team.
You got a lot of the same characters on AEW anyway to begin with. If it was me, definitely would trade Ricky Starks, hands down. On the WWE side, I don't know. That's a tough one. Maybe Austin Theory. Maybe Austin Theory in that sense of where he's young and that foundation of the pillars, and we'll get into that too. Where they're kind of in their young, still 20s, 30s, like there's still a lot of growth and growing to do.
But that's not a challenge for him. Like I feel like personally, I'm not disagreeing with you. I definitely agree with you with that one. But I feel like Austin Theory is too advanced for them.
And Miz isn't?
But Miz is a veteran, though. He can give back, though. They're not using Miz on the top guy.
But the thing about it is it's a trade. She's the GM. So it's her trade.
No. I'm not disagreeing with you. I like that. But I feel like he already passed that stage already. And I feel like him WWE does it more because he's able to like really work on his. Let me ask you guys a question. Okay. Why do the internet hate Austin Theory? Like,
because he's doing his job.
But like, hear me out. He's basically a better version when he was on the Indies. So why is the hate?
Well, people didn't really know. Like, so it's a little different, like, point of view from I think on our end because we knew him on the Indies. So like people that don't know him on the Indies definitely might have felt like he went from the NXT comedy relief thing to then being on the main roster and getting the heat that he was getting. And like you and your brother always talk about when people win or people are doing well, they don't want to see you doing that. They don't want to see you in that position.
Like, I haven't seen him have a bad match yet.
And I think because of the whole like John Cena 2.0 kind of image that he has, I think that off rip makes people be like, nah, I don't want to fuck with him. No, but I'm just saying he has the look. He has the stuff. He's
white. A lot of white guys look alike.
What other white guy looks like Jonathan Cena?
Excuse me?
What other white male?
That's a racist.
Looks like Jonathan Cena.
So his brother.
So we're just gonna go.
His brother Vin Diesel.
What? Come on, don't play dumb.
Oh, I am.
He does have a real brother. Yes, his brother. You said who else? White male who looked like Jonathan Cena.
Yeah, and should I specify in WWE?
No, Janelle.
That's silly.
Janelle, you don't like when I use your debate skills against you.
It's not even a debate skill. Of course his brother's gonna favor him, just like you and your brother favor each other.
No, you said who else like awesome, so I got you.
No, you got yourself because you sound silly. JPS World says Serena D for Shayna Baszler. That actually isn't a bad trade.
Better trade.
Mustafa Ali for Malachi Black. I can kind of get with that. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not trading Dijak though, so that's a dub.
I gotta see that match on Saturday.
Oh, woo! I'm gonna talk about it because that could have been the match of the whole weekend, to be honest with you. But
so the next question.
Next question.
Dougie franchise. What rap group would you compare the Bloodline to, and who's who?
Oh God.
G-Unit.
Yeah, it's G-Unit.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess if that's what y'all think.
G-Unit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's G-Unit. So Jay is Banks.
Mm-hmm.
The Game is Solo. Jimmy is Tony.
No.
Are you sure that's Solo's Game?
No.
Yes, Solo is Game.
No, he's not.
Then who's Solo?
Solo is Sami Zayn.
What?
Sami Zayn.
Is Solo?
No. The Game is Sami Zayn.
I could get with that.
Nah, I'm going.
That falling out that they had, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Solo's about to have a falling out with him.
We don't know that.
But that's different.
No, hold on.
Different.
We don't know.
We don't know that.
But the reason why I said because outside of the beef, you take the beef out of it when they were popping, Solo was never technically part of the Bloodline. He was brought in.
Solo's always been a part of the Bloodline.
Exactly, because he's relative to them.
No, but I'm not talking about the actual group. And then so the reason why I also say that is because Solo, the Game was the youngest person, and then they had to help the Game out.
Sami Zayn.
But then
who's Sami Zayn then?
Who's Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
I personally, I would say Young Buck.
So
I was just about to say that.
This one said Solo is Young Buck. Jimmy would be Yayo. That's a fact. NWA.
Sean said NWA. Solo is Young Buck. Yeah, I said Solo's more Young Buck.
Nah, Solo is the Game because he nice.
You know why?
But the thing about Young Bucks that had beef with 52.
Right, so that's why him being Young Buck makes sense.
Who?
Solo being Young Buck makes sense because we don't know if he's gonna be the one to pull the trigger or have the beef with Roman.
No, we all know he's gonna beef. He's gonna beef. So I'm going with Sammy's that Young Buck.
Someone said this. Ralph
Solo's
said
the
this.
Game.
The elders bought in Solo, like Dre and Jimmy bought in Game. Okay. Someone said that.
Dipset.
Dipset.
Okay. Because definitely Roman's Cam.
Well, definitely we know Roman is 50 Cent.
And Jimmy is fucking Jimmy. Jimmy is Jimmy.
Yeah.
Jimmy is Jimmy.
Nah, but I think the G-Unit is the best one.
Nah, G-Unit.
No, we agree.
In terms of, in terms of number of players that's involved, G-Unit does fit.
For me, 50 is Roman.
Of course.
Like I said, Jimmy is Yayo.
Okay.
Jay is Buck. I mean Banks. Mm-hmm. Sammy is Buck because the reason why is because Buck is from down south.
So he was the outsider.
He's from Cashville.
He was the outsider.
Solo is the game because of the talent level and because he's one of the younger people.
And he black.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, I guess. and then Dre is Paul Heyman.
No.
Dre is definitely Paul Heyman.
No.
Then who's Dre?
Eminem.
Oh, M. Oh, he could be M.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman is nah.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman.
Yeah, Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman put the stamp on Roman.
Because M and 50, remember M and 50 was like this.
Yeah, I get that part, but Dre is a massive producer.
What if Triple H is Dre?
Triple H is Jimmy Henson. Is Jimmy?
Yeah, Jimmy. Yeah.
Could Vince be Dre?
No. No, there's no Vince in this.
I have to agree that it is Dre because Paul Heyman is like
Paul Heyman creates.
Yeah, like he's the producer. He would be like, nah, take away.
He was never.
You're right.
I would say per se a full-time wrestler.
Yeah.
That nigga was
like
never
Dre was not a full-time
wrestler.
rapper.
Yeah, so that's why I say it's Dre.
Okay.
I still with you with Solo being.
What's the next one?
But, any other questions before we do get into?
There's a bunch of questions actually.
We'll do one more.
Oh, this is fun.
We'll do one more, and then we'll end the show off with some questions. Don't disrespect Vince like that, okay?
He said that he's Vince Lighty.
Don't do that.
So
if Vince is gonna be any, I know exactly who you're talking about. They killed him.
I know that Dom is better than MJF.
Who?
Question mark.
In terms of heat, yes.
Big Hirsch _ official.
Yes. In terms of heat, in terms of character development, in terms of in-ring, I even give him in-ring. Yes, overall, I believe that.
I just think
I take it.
I think Dom is a better heel.
Yes.
I agree.
MJF is a better overall wrestler.
You know what's wild? I feel like the MJF that I knew in MLW would have been the better wrestler. I feel like the MJF that's in AEW is a shell of what he was in MLW.
I feel like
as a wrestler,
absolutely.
No, I think, and
I think majority of why I feel like that is because it's just essentially he wrestled more. He don't wrestle like that.
But the thing about it, all his matches have been really, really good.
Yeah,
you can't argue against that.
But I feel like Dom has more range.
Huh?
The Punk one isn't.
Well, that's Punk's fault because Punk can't move.
Still, regardless.
But it's debatable. But it's debatable. But the thing about it, you can argue either way.
Yeah.
I know. No, hold on. We did catch a question, love. When we talk about Jade, when we talk about Double or Nothing, okay? I didn't want you to feel like we forgot, but go ahead.
So like I said before, it's Jade. I'm saying Jade. I'm sorry. MJF has had great matches. Like all his pay-per-view matches have been good.
He's quality matches, but I feel like Dom Firehead's promo work is more.
Dom is a better heel.
Yes.
Because the thing about it, MJF, even though he's a heel, he comes off as a tweener.
Yeah.
So that's my only issue with MJF. Mm-hmm. But the thing about it, wrestling wise, he's put on top tier matches.
But I always say that honestly, Dom in-ring work that's giving him his flowers have gotten better though.
Yeah, I'm not downplaying.
No. I'm saying that I still want to give Dom his flowers because
I gave them to him because I still stand by. I think overall the wrestler
the belts
is Dom just because I feel like he gets more. I see Dom more on TV. He gets more reps in. He does. But like I said, overall the character development, the in ring, the mic skills, the heat that he gets.
I feel like Dom had more room to actually grow.
But it's not like MJF doesn't have the canvas too. You know what I mean? Like you have this garden, this AEW garden, and in order for a garden to grow, you got to put water. You got to put you got to take care of it. And I feel like And Double or Nothing showed, whether it was at the viewing party or in the arena, when you don't give TLC to your home, to your garden, it'll show and it won't grow. And I think a big part of the why MJF, it doesn't feel like there was no yes, the match was good, and we'll talk about Double or Nothing soon. Yes, the match, it was well produced. I will definitely give them that, because having 4 niggas in the ring is a lot. But I do think that there's nothing different. You're getting the same Wonder Bread situation, and that doesn't help in wanting to invest as a fan into the character, because in the beginning everybody was riding with Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Everybody was on board, and now it's starting to feel like everybody's like,
I'm not particularly talking about. So when it comes to MJF, I'm not talking about his character work. What I was saying was his in-ring is really good, and he's proven that time and time again. Now, character work has fell off because he's not pulling the way that you're not pulling it in the way he should be as being the face of the quote unquote face of the company.
He hasn't evolved.
Yeah, but that's not my point of view. It's
no. Yours was the in ring. No, I get that.
I think that's why I say he's better. He's better than Dom. But at the same time, they're both really good.
Hell yeah.
It's just that, and I don't think Dom could be the face of a company.
No, not anytime soon.
MJF is trying, but I don't think it's working the way that it should be.
Not anytime soon. Gene, we gonna talk about production, because baby,
I think Dom's catching the heat based on what he did only. He talks, but he ain't on level with MJF. MJF is full. He is full fluster. His promo is action, in and out the ring, etc. I think. Okay. Someone said, "Are we sure he's not pulling in? Do we have to? No,
the numbers dropped.
No,
So the reason why we're saying this, Bruce. Shout out to Bruce for coming on and commenting. The reason why I'm saying the numbers, he is not pulling in, because the ratings have been on an all-time low as him as champion. Now, the exact numbers from his segment, I can get it back for the next episode and figure out what his segments are particularly doing. But for the most part, the overall ratings for the show have been very much down.
And I was about to say, Bruce, you mentioned merch numbers. I don't even know what they do in merch. I'm not even going to hold you. I swear, I feel like the only t-shirt niggas have is the Bullet Club and CM Punk shirts. I don't see nobody else wearing no. Listen, I don't even know what they do in that department, so I can't even comment. But I know that.
But then again, that's probably just New York.
Do you not know how many shows and places I've been to? I don't definitely.
Have you been to the Midwest?
Absolutely.
Have you been to California indie shows?
Absolutely.
Have you been to Texas indie shows?
Yeah.
Have you been to Kansas? Have you been to all across the 50 states?
I've been to a good chunk, and majority of wrestling shirts, regardless, is going to definitely be WWE t-shirts. I haven't, like I said, outside of Bullet Club and CM Punk shirts. Do you have an AEW shirt?
No.
Oh.
I've seen AEW t-shirts.
Yeah, I have too.
No, what AEW? You got an AEW t-shirt?
I personally don't.
Okay.
But the thing about it, it's also not catered towards me. And I've seen a couple people at my gym with AEW t-shirts on.
Okay. Which ones?
I've seen the regular generic AEW couple of t-shirts.
Yeah, I see that a lot more though. Yeah.
I see a ton of those. Now, MJF t-shirts, I don't know.
But any other talent?
I've seen Britt.
Yeah.
I've seen somebody. DMD.
I've seen somebody with the DMD. I've seen the Bucks t-shirts, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen Kenny. But that's always what I said is Kenny's like, that's just Kenny Omega.
Well, all right.
Bruce said also, MJ is the champ, but I don't feel like he's placed on top of the company. Management didn't do a great job positioning the elite as second to him.
But he definitely saved it in that media scrum, saying that he didn't want to roll around in Moxley's blood. And I was like, that's true and that's funny. But so I get him on that.
But I do feel, okay, this is my opinion. I'm not disagreeing with what Bruce is saying and all of that, but I just feel as this character, it just got staled. I just feel like the character's the same exact tropes that you did when you was chasing the title.
All the characters on that show.
Yeah, all of you. I was going to say, ain't nobody else.
But guess what? You're the champion. You always talk about how that I'm the pinnacle of this, I'm the lead of this, I'm the prodigy, da-da-da-da. Evolve your character then.
But what do you want him to do?
Something different. You did the same thing, talk about the same thing, same cadence. Nothing haven't evolved yet. But reason why that I do give him a pass because this is his first championship ring.
No, you can't give him a pass.
But the thing about it takes
because no. Yes, you do. When I mean by a pass, it's just like you gotta let people grow. But we live in an era where like, oh, this person doesn't do good right away. They don't give no era to grow for him to grow. This is his first championship. All right, am I impressed by his work during the promo? No, but next time around he's gonna look back on it and get better on it. So I gotta give him grace to grow. That's all champions. That's everybody.
Okay.
But the thing about it, how much you want him to like to grow? Like, I don't. Y'all keep talking about this growth thing, but it takes a while for a new character to evolve. The Usos were doing the
you just saying my point, but more elaborate.
No, I'm not saying that because you keep saying over and over again he needs to grow, he needs to change.
But so you neglecting to what I just said that had that. But I'm gonna give him grace to grow.
But the thing about it, how long are you expecting it to happen?
It takes time.
But the thing about it, then why would you say it in the beginning then? Because he's been wrestling for a while, and then you guys is kind of saying the same thing. My whole thing is I don't understand why did you say that? Oh, he needs to grow, because if you're saying that is his first time being a champion, there's no need to say that he needs to grow.
Because okay.
Oh, Bruce, I'm gonna talk about Darby. Oh, don't you worry.
I understand what you're saying though. But the reason why I said he needs to grow because it's like the same. I said this. I said the same exact tactic you use to like chase a championship. It's like you can't do the same thing as champion. But then I did say, but at the same exact time, this is his first championship. So then when he gets the championship the second time, he could look back on it and say, what I did wrong, so I could do differently here. I gave him the grace. I gave him the understanding.
No, I understand. But what is he doing the same as he did when he was chasing the championship?
Hey,
still being sneaky, still trying to be conniving, like him.
But he's a heel though.
But there's different ways to do that.
He's not getting booed. He's not.
All this. Hey guys, you know what? For you to chase me, for you to get the championship, you gotta fight 4 people, like on some Mortal Kombat.
But that's not him. That's Tony.
But if you have creative freedom, do something different.
But I get that. But the thing about it, he has somewhat evolved though. If you really look at it, because now he's wearing the mask, he understands that who he is. So the character has somewhat changed. I just think that he's not a top guy yet. Regardless of what he changes, he is not a top guy. Because we've seen some type of growth within his character. Because now we don't understand if he's really a heel or he's really a face. So that is a growth from when he first started. We see him wearing that devil's mask now. Now he's encompassing that, and he's talking about being that devil type of player.
But he's been saying that.
But the thing about it, now we're seeing more of it. Even his entrance that he came when he came out on Sunday, we saw an involvement of that, and we're seeing that more. But at the same time, he's just not a top guy yet. I think he's going through the process that Roman went through.
I was just sitting here thinking that. I said, I was just dead sitting here thinking like, yo, is he going through what Roman went through because of the whole like when the fans is on board, but then the fans aren't on board, and then you're just kind of like trying to find yourself, and then when you find your groove, then you found your groove. But I don't know, it's weird over there. But all right, let's get into talk about some wrestling. And so once again, Saturday afternoon delight was Afternoon of Champions, but for Saudi Arabia, it was Night of Champions, WWE's premium live event in Saudi Arabia. Woo! You know what? I want to do something a little different. I want to do winners and losses, wins and losses. So, for Night of Champions, in your opinion and your thoughts, who came out as winners outside of like actual like W's and L's? Who came out as a winner and who came out as a loser?
The number one thing, the greatest faction of all time and the greatest storyline in the past 20 years was the Bloodline. As we continue on this episodic journey with these Samoans, we are getting a complete Martin Scorsese movie.
And I do believe that the greatest faction of all time, because let me piggyback on it. You always say Arn and Tully. You love Arn and Tully. They're probably the best top 20. The Usos arguably top 5. Roman, top 5 champion. Paul Heyman, top 5 manager. Solo, one of the top 5 up-and-coming new people coming up. The whole storyline, one of the top 5 storyline in wrestling history. So if this is not the greatest faction, what is?
It's the '96 Bulls. It's the Dallas Cowboys of the '90s. It's literally the greatest thing, and one of the biggest winners that nobody will see as a big winner from this past weekend is Bianca Belair.
Absolutely, actually Bianca and Jade, and I'm gonna tell y'all why Jade.
But the thing about it, one of the best things about is that Bianca is what we talk about, and a lot of people don't understand. People hate winners.
Yeah.
They gave Bianca 400 plus days. Boom, you broke a record.
420.
Now it's time. Now it's time to evolve, re-up. We'll switch things around. What should be done is Rhea. I like calling her Rhea. She's going as Rhea.
I'm about to say, you have all people that call everybody their wrong name, correcting him.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's
So
funny as hell.
Rhea, and Bianca. That needs to be a SummerSlam match.
I agree. Okay.
That needs to be Vegeta versus Goku.
Okay.
That needs to that needs to happen ASAP.
But they're on two different brands.
Does that ever matter?
I'm about to say they got to figure it out. I mean, I don't know if I would. So I felt like, I love the fact that Saudi had 3 women's matches now. Was Rhea and Natalya needed? Not necessarily. So that was kind of my L because I didn't like it. It was gone. It came and it gone so fast. Of course, MVP goes to Jimmy Uso though. Like the super kick heard around the world. Literally is what everyone's been talking about. Literally, SmackDown will probably be one of the highest rated SmackDowns of the year. Because everybody's gonna tune in Friday night to see what the fuck gonna happen. I loved the love that Sami Zayn got. I like just on a cultural level, the amount of love and admiration and respect that Sami got in Saudi Arabia for being his first time in Saudi Arabia. I just think that was I got chills watching it, like, because for someone to live their dream to being a wrestler with another, he said it himself, never imagined be able to wrestle in Saudi Arabia. So like for that and him to coming out in the actual cultural cloth and things like that of that nature, it was a beautiful sight to really see. Mustafa Ali and Gunther's match, definitely.
The whole card was fun.
Y'all could have gave me at least 4 more minutes of that, but no, I definitely thought it was. I thought it was a good match. I thought it did what it needed to do. It gave that like slither of hope for Mustafa Ali in that moment. So it was very well paced, very good match. And then once again, we have a new world heavyweight champion of the freaking Seth Rollins is now the world heavyweight champion on Raw. He won. They opened the show, setting the tone of the whole show. But no, from top to bottom, it was very well produced. It was a very good show. And it's interesting how in the beginnings of Saudis, everybody was unsubscribed. Like no one was excited, no one cared. And now we've gotten into a really good groove, I think, with Saudi Arabia and
I got a question.
And its events.
I got a question, right? Seth freaking Rollins, his character right now is mad flamboyant, right? Flamboyant, the way he dresses, the way he carries himself. Mm-hmm. Everybody loves it. Everybody wants him to be champion. Everybody continue allowing Seth Rollins to be Seth freaking Rollins, the character he is right now, right? So how come when Big E and Kofi was champion, they wasn't allowed to be themselves? Meaning that Big E wasn't flamboyant, nothing like that, but he was just, doing a little like throwing pancakes, being happy, and just being himself. Kofi was being Kofi. So why are we allowing Seth to expand his palette of character to his flamboyant character, and we cheer him, but yet when it comes to these black champions, they can't be themselves?
So I follow the question to you. Then what makes you feel like they're not being them? They're actually not being themselves.
What?
What in their title reign, or what in the instance gave you that you felt like they wasn't themselves?
How you heard that, Janelle?
No, I'm asking you a question.
I never said they wasn't their self.
But then your question was, why do you think they weren't allowed to be themselves?
Hold on.
So doesn't the question imply that he feels that they're not themselves?
No, he was saying that they couldn't. He said that they were themselves, but the fans didn't like the fact that they were themselves. Like they were these happy, flamboyant characters as a babyface.
So the question should have been why the fans didn't like.
Boy, that's what I said.
That's not what you said.
I basically said that.
That's not what he said.
Listen. I understood what he meant.
Because you understand, you already talk. I'm sitting here
I
like,
exactly said
what
this.
the fuck is he saying?
You not paying
wanna
attention.
Answer. I literally was sitting here.
I was sitting
here
So
listening
one at a time.
you.
One at a time. Hold on. So the question for the people that don't.
And I asked the question to clarify, so I made sure I answered his question correctly.
We're talking over each other. So the question was, Seth can be this flamboyant character.
And the fans like it.
And the fans love it.
And they gravitate to it.
But the fans didn't like when Biggie and Kofi were just happy characters. Why can't black characters be happy and this white boy from Ohio can be happy?
From Davenport, Iowa, can be happy.
He's from Iowa or Ohio?
Doesn't matter.
He's from Iowa, Davenport,
Matter.
Iowa.
He is from Iowa because he's Chicago's
He's
in
a
Iowa.
Chicago Bull. He's a Chicago Bears fan. He's
Doesn't
from
matter.
Iowa.
Doesn't matter.
So why fans don't like happy black characters but like happy white characters? That's the question.
But I mean, listen.
That's the question, right?
Listen. There's many ways you can go about this. So I'm gonna do devil's advocate version.
Ralph, we don't know because he was actually his mom remarried, and I think the guy he remarried, he took the last name of.
I'm gonna say this right now.
So
motherfucker's white.
He's white.
He's white. He ain't got no melanin in his skin.
Cody got melanin in his skin. You could tell.
Cody ain't got no melanin.
Absolutely.
No.
not.
You can tell it in soul. And so how you carry yourself, his suits. Come on, B. Come on. That's a color man soul in there.
That's a colored woman soul in Seth Rollins.
Wow.
You see the way he dresses.
Okay, so
Wow.
Cause that motherfucker is sexy.
Okay, so my question is this: since Janelle wanted me to correction, why the fans is allowing Seth Rollins
To be himself.
I don't know if Seth Rollins like this in real life. So why they allowing Seth Rollins to have this flamboyant character on screen?
So maybe you can go about it like this. There's two ways. You can do the typical way that we all feel like it is because of the color of their skin.
Okay.
Number two, it can go back to what you said earlier, where there was.
We loved Rico.
Hold on.
We loved Rico, the character. We cheered for Billy and Chuck.
But like you would say, can I cook? Can I finish?
Okay.
First of all, Billy and Rico, that shit was fire. Their theme song, top 5 of all time.
You are so good to me.
You look so good to me.
But anyways,
Doesn't matter.
It
so
does.
devil's advocate on this situation goes back to what you said earlier, which is Biggie becomes champion. We'll go with Biggie. Biggie becomes champion. He's still a New Day member.
Okay.
He's not a solo artist.
Okay.
Like, I'll give you an example. DMX is Rough Riders, correct?
In the beginning, yes.
No, but in general, he's Rough Riders.
Yeah.
When he was with Rough Riders, he was with Rough Riders.
Yeah.
When they need him to be on an album, he's doing Rough Riders stuff.
Right.
Chop, drop, all that. He's on Rough Riders. But when he has his album, he's DMX, the solo artist.
Okay.
Yes, I'm with Rough Riders, but I'm DMX, the solo artist. And my star is even brighter.
But they did that.
But no, they didn't. Because a lot of times, Biggie was still dressed like he's part of a New Day member. He wasn't a solo artist. He was still New Day Biggie.
But they tried. You know
Wait,
what?
no.
They tried.
Let him cook.
Because they changed the music.
But the thing about it,
a little bit.
the
They
thing
tried.
about it, I'm giving you the devil's advocate look of the thing. So, yeah, he does that. He becomes a solo artist, but it's still the because of how great New Day was, he's still Biggie of New Day. That's one. I can give you another example of solo artists and groups. Wu-Tang.
Okay.
Ghostface, first First album, Cuban Links, phenomenal.
Classic. Yeah.
We knew he was a solo artist, but he's part of Wu-Tang.
Mm-hmm.
There was a separation.
Okay.
And when they tried to make the separation with Biggie, it didn't work.
Okay.
It was still New Day, Biggie of New Day.
Okay.
Kofi, same thing.
Okay.
They actually did it more with Kofi.
Because yeah.
Nothing changed with Kofi.
No, nothing changed. Tight stayed the same. All of that stayed the same.
Everything,
He wasn't a solo person. That's the only way that I can give a devil's advocate point of view on that.
No, that actually is, I think, a good way of looking at it because of the point of view of the fan. Like, if you're not, so think about it. If you were never a fan of New Day, would you really be a fan of Kofi and Biggie if they were separate champions? Like, if you weren't sold on the beginning of it, the branches of it, you're still not gonna pay attention to it. So that could be one thing too. But I kind of can rock with that though a little bit
because it's because they were always like, okay. Because
at least with Seth, like when the Shield broke apart, each of them had individual pieces. Like,
yeah, because it looks like it's different. Now we can go back. We can fast forward a little bit to Bobby Lashley. I think Bobby was a little bit more accepted as a solo art because when you look at the group when what they had, it Hurt Business. Everybody was separate, but they came together in one. Bobby felt like a solo artist when he was champion.
Yeah,
I understand that. I see what you mean, but you're not answering the question I'm trying to answer. I think that you went around. Why don't you answer the question?
Everything. Why don't you answer the question then, so we can move on?
But the thing about it, I don't feel like I went around because that's perceptions of people.
But let me explain.
No, but I'm gonna explain to you what I'm trying to say. Perception is reality. When I assume that you're still with the group, I don't think you're strong. That's what it comes down to. They didn't believe that they were strong people by themselves. And you could blame the booking as well with WWE. They didn't portray them as small as strong individuals. Especially Big E's run.
I hear what you're saying.
Like, he should have never took the pin at Survivor Series.
I hear what you're saying. But that was nobody ever really complained about that.
What do you mean?
Nobody ever said that I can't take him seriously because he said a New Day, this, that, third. They always say that New Day, they looked at them as clowns, and the damn clown twerking.
But the thing about it, let me tell you this again. What was the key word you just said? You said New Day. Because they still thought he was part of it. He didn't separate himself after he left New Day. When he became champion.
I guess it's cool. You want to move on, Janelle?
I wanted you to answer the question since you said.
You want to move on, though.
I wanted you to answer. You asked the question, so you clearly had an answer.
All I'm saying is this. It wasn't an answer I was looking for. We're potting.
Okay, so then pod, answer your own question.
I kind of see it this way. It's just like black people just put each other in a box. But also, someone said this is the same exact token that is but so much representation that we have on the wrestling. But I gotta counteract that because we do, but we accept but so much. Because I don't know, because they sell merch out their ass when those together. And the people was behind Kofi Kingston. Everybody was behind Kofi Kingston. Everybody was behind Biggie when they win it. But when it comes to these white flamboyant characters, we always behind them.
But I will argue against that because we were only with him for the chase. Majority of people were only with them for the chase.
Actually, not thinking about flamboyancy though. Before all that shit hit the fan, everybody was riding with Velveteen Dream. Everybody was on that.
Single. By himself.
Everybody was on that.
Because he was by himself. That's a great point because he was by himself.
I had to sit here and think. I was like, is it really about flamboyancy? Because
no,
I'm sitting here like,
it's not
and
about
then also, too, how many black niggas you know are flamboyant like that?
We live in New York.
No, Midwest, Cali, the South with an F. Think about it. How many niggas you know right now are flamboyant as fuck?
I know a couple of flamboyant niggas. The fuck?
Ohio.
Canada, Mexico. I sure did. Nah, I sure did.
You look like gayness is only.
But who said flamboyant equals gayness?
a good point.
Ain't nobody say that.
But I wasn't finished.
Whoa.
I wasn't finished.
Okay.
Because in the black community, what do we equal? Flamboyant, he got to be gay. Don't play dumb.
So then
Don't play dumb.
would they give New Day flamboyancy so that people would think that of them?
Yeah,
They said that.
They said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. So I don't know why we're talking about this.
I don't, because he asked the question.
It's a great question, actually. But when you look at their runs, so the complaint with Kofi, this guy's too small. He ain't got no chest. How can I believe that he a champion? How can I believe he a champion?
Okay.
They were the thing about it. We haters.
Okay.
People are haters. Then.
Okay, Biggie, he brolic, he ock.
No, they love Biggie. They love Biggie. Like, you know what? You know who got to become champion? Big E. Yo, I fuck with Big E, son. He got to be champion.
They like that nigga win Money in the Bank, cash in, the moment.
He got to be, oh my God, he won. We excited. Oh my God. Wait. Oh, he gonna cash in on Monday Night Raw? Ew. Ew.
That was hot.
Ew.
I was upset.
But Rob Van Dam did it.
Yo, but who cares
Robert
when you do it?
that he's gonna cash
And same thing Big E did. Yeah. And niggas were still shitting on Biggie. Oh my God, this is such horrible booking. When they did the same exact thing with Rob Van Dam. That's number one. Number two, he becomes champion. Now, they got him messed up. They didn't book him away from New Day. But then again, well, why you gonna leave my mans? So I understood that. Listen, I get it.
So why Roman like to have a group where he could be a leader? Triple H had a championship.
But the thing about it, this is what I talk about all the time.
Ooh, Gene has a beautiful question. Would we feel the same for Montez?
Yes. Yeah, but if he's a tag team, so they're just going to beat him. They're going to beat up Angelo and get rid of him. Toss him to the side. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. But when New Day did it, they were like, we're going to keep them together.
Nah, we're gonna promote unity. We got brotherhood. We're here for him.
And the thing about it, nobody liked that. And the thing, Biggie was twerking and being himself and being a fool. The thing about it, when we come to leaders, if you look at it, look at all the champions. This is not even a white and black thing. Majority of champions.
I'm thinking right now.
Like, really think about it like a super baby face that was fun and funny. As a champion.
John Cena.
Mick Foley.
No. And how long did Mick Foley last?
That's fair, but it's an example.
No, but I'm just saying. But when
that nigga had 3 faces of Foley. So.
But think about it, you didn't take him seriously.
That is true.
So you know what's wild? And he has 3 faces. I felt like everyone took the Cactus Jack persona seriously, but that was because that was the serious character. Everyone else, it was just
remember when he had to fight
scared?
Triple H and then he popped out the Cactus Jack and then Triple H is scared? Like, this isn't the same nigga that we saw before.
That's what I'm saying.
He took off his back his shirt.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
Yo, it was crazy because they would get dead ass scared. Like he would just change the title. Oh my God, Cactus Jack, it's the same nigga.
When fucking him and Randy had that match, Randy fucking sold the faces to everything. I was like, how are these niggas?
Oh my God.
Y'all niggas is really scared of a nigga with a checkered shirt? What is going on?
All he did was change his shirt, take his mask off. But you know what? It's wrestling.
It's wrestling.
We the same people that watch Undertaker, a dead man, Spawn Satan,
he fucking hung
go to heaven.
This nigga. He done gone to heaven. He done been buried alive. He came back. He done hung a nigga.
But
he done been on a motorcycle.
To close out this part of the show, I get what you're saying, but we want serious character because when you look at Seth, right?
Okay.
The character of Seth, because yes, he is flamboyant, but he's like the Joker.
Oh, but he dead ass.
It's this crazy flamboyancy that you have, where it's a psychological crazy where you're type scared, and he has a fire song. That
shit you can't.
That shit is over.
And
now you mentioned Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream is the same way, where it's like it's a psychological thriller.
So you're more in tune with the character, not so much of like what's going on like outside of that. And that's why character development is super critical and super important in terms of keeping fans and having fans being invested. Because that's really what it's all about. Like, I'm not going to hold you. Even though I've loved Chad Gable even from American Alpha. I've loved him from the beginning. But this Chad Gable's a different Chad Gable. Like, thank you. Like, you investing in the character from the merch and everything. And that's why even when we were talking about merch AEW, I said if they really, low-key, if they focused a little more on that end of things and connected those things with the character, that's a 5% increase in what you didn't have before. Because now people invested. When Britt does the DMD thing, that shit is hard. Anywhere. It doesn't matter where you go.
So we're going to All Out?
I don't know. You mean Double or Nothing?
Double or Nothing.
Double or Nothing.
First of all,
AE Dubs.
I want to give them some props for the shit not going to midnight.
Woo!
Yeah,
Clap it up, guys. Woo! Thank you, Tony.
I'll give him that.
For the one time the show was over. I think it was 11:50 or 11:48. I said, "Oh shit, we did good. We were under midnight, even though I felt like there was still 12 matches. Don't know how." But all right, let's talk about some wins and losses. The Battle Royal opened up the show. Orange Cassidy retained the title.
Why is that funny?
I kind of want to see something different with that. Like I don't know. And I love me some Orange Cassidy, but I need something different. I need a little shake up. I mean, I guess they're trying to do the now Swerve thing. Cuz he'll have the title match next week, but I need something different. I don't know. No, you don't need you cool with how everything is?
I'm okay.
The international what Jim Cornette calls the Dollar General title. That shit is funny to me, but I want better for it. I don't know.
What he's doing wrong?
I just feel like
he's on TV every week. He put on fire matches with many different kind of opponents. And
right, but what does that build towards? What are we building? Like, what's the end goal?
So I think he's building the legacy of that title.
Yeah, because each title reign is different. Certain title reigns, you get the, let me beat all these people up, stuff like that. That's his title reign. And then maybe a title reign where it's full of mixture of both. And maybe time reign where you just remember the promos. Everybody putting he's one of the first guys.
So out of this title reign, what's the one match that did it for you?
I like Orange Cassidy, period. All the matches was
No, but
fire.
I'm just asking the question. What's one match that he did in this title reign that you were just
all of it was good to me.
I'm okay.
I don't have to pick one. All of it because
But I'm asking for one. If they all good, you can still give me one.
It's all good. You have a lot of matches. I don't remember all of them.
So what's memorable then?
Listen, you can't ask me because I have terrible memory when it comes to certain stuff. All his matches was good. It was entertaining. I remember being entertained that was a good ass match.
Those are on a live feed. Give me your favorite Orange Cassidy match in this title reign that he currently has. I want to know.
When he fought Bandito, when he fought Will Hobbs, you want to do a match, but that's not the point.
That is the point. You answered the question.
No,
thank you.
But your point is this though. What's
the match with Buddy Murphy was fine. Okay, see, there you go.
You're basically saying, what's the point of him having all these matches to build up the title?
Okay.
There's many ways to build the title.
Ooh, shout out to Jacoby in the building. He said Buddy Matthews. Okay.
The Butcher.
That was a good match.
The Butcher.
But what's the point of you saying that?
Okay, I'm just asking a question. I just listen. When you have champions,
Jeff Jarrett match was good.
That was good.
Jeff always gonna put on though.
So
Double
you're saying
J.
this again. You asking that question
You
for
just
what?
gonna diminish Orange Cassidy like that?
No, I'm not.
Listen. I get where you're coming from. I think it needs a little refresher. But I think about it at this point, he's the best person to have that title. And we'll see what Swerve does, even though I think Swerve is I don't know. I don't and this is where I try to be as unbiased when it comes to my personal feelings. But I think what Swerve is doing in AEW is so lackluster. And I feel bad because it's another person I really was a huge fan of, but I don't see him really doing it's not captivating what he's doing on AEW at all to me. So maybe him getting this title
How's
from
his online presence with the with the group?
Oh, Vaughn, listen, I welcome that shit. I don't care.
He probably did block me. I really don't care.
The Hero and Swerve miss each other. They probably do.
Yeah, so he probably
they all wearing the Scully mask in honor and solidarity.
Yeah,
so he probably do.
I think it's been real lackluster. I know he's working hard and he's doing what he needs to do, and this is not a shot at him personally, but I just think it's been real lackluster. So maybe him getting this title from Orange Cassidy will be something that will catapult him to the next level.
Yo, is Scorpio Sky coming back to Collision?
On Collision.
I don't know.
That's what he was on the graphic.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, Scorpio Sky still working?
But that nigga still getting a check.
He got a job?
He still under contract.
Look at God.
Look at
Scorpio
God.
Sky will never not have a job.
Someone said that Mogul
This
affiliates
mogul
look like a
of-
bootleg Hurt Business to me.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Mogul affiliates is trash.
It doesn't hit. Like
But
even on Dynamite when they was on the top of the ramp and then Khan and then the other nigga was in the ring, I was just thinking like, what are we doing?
No.
What is going
You know what
on
it is?
here?
You know what it is? You don't know what it is? And I could say though because
And they
I'm
always
in the
put in
business.
fucking Brian Cage ass in a group that don't really help him at no cost.
I could say this because like I'm in the I'm really in the business. I hear storylines. A lot of storylines sound like my first storyline. There's no substance to it. It's very boring. It's very lackluster. These are a bunch of guys coming together. The Mogul affiliate. Yo, great concept. But the follow-up is terrible.
Bro, the entire thing is terrible. He started off with two white niggas, and then one of them I think is injured. The other one is MIA. And then Prince Nana grabs him up, has him now with Brian Cage and the other two niggas. I said, what are we doing?
My first storyline. This is my storyline.
Sounds
It's
like
like
My Fair Pony.
it's like that's how I feel about a lot of these storylines.
God.
Like I like Swerve, but a lot of stuff he does is very like his storyline is very elementary school.
There
my
aren't
dear darling.
storylines. That's the point. There are no storylines. Cut this. There are no storylines, my nigga. Yo, they definitely try to fool me in that battle royal, having him and Keith Lee have a face off, and I was just like, but we all know y'all niggas ain't gonna do nothing with this. So why are we even doing this?
Okay, so continue down the card.
I was very disappointed in this Jericho Adam Cole, and we gonna talk about storylines. I low key was invested,
Why are we disappointed? Adam Cole doesn't really do hardcore matches well.
but it's not.
The ending was trash.
Yeah, how do you stop an unsanctioned match? How, Sway?
I don't.
How was there a referee to stop?
He wasn't even bleeding like,
At
he was
all.
unconscious.
The thing about it, they lost their juice, B.
Yo, but that
But he
shit.
was
That's
punching him,
but that's
and then he
why
stopped.
I was disappointed because I was like, y'all literally have built up the story I was here for. They done fucked up Britt. Now he got to avenge his woman.
Come on,
He got to
man.
avenge everything. And I was locked and loaded in that match at Double or Nothing. I was left with. It's like when you think you go into like a buffet and there's only one pan of food.
And
One pan.
that's
of
the
food.
point I'm trying to say is, okay, people,
Shawn Michaels would never.
you never, people shit on the whole Brock versus Randy Orton match, right? A couple years ago. But that made, like, to me, yeah. That's the same finish. Brock and Randy, Jericho and Adam Cole was basically the same ending.
At least Brock
But
and Randy, he was bleeding.
that's what I'm about to say. Brock and Randy, he elbowed him so much that he leaked out and he passed out. Jericho, I told to somebody, I made a joke. I turn around, I'm looking like
The match gone.
This match gone. What happened?
And
Oh, he
Jericho was
started
on
punching.
the mat, so he could have covered him. That's actually what took me over.
I don't know why.
That's what took me over. I said, yo, the crowd was dead. No one knew what the fuck was going on. But I did hear, though, that to be fair, the majority of the audience did not get into that arena until halfway through that show.
But
Still.
the Roderick Strong versus Jericho match was way better.
It was.
It was. That's the crazy part.
I'm thinking that it's unsanctioned match. I get it. Okay. From a booking standpoint, I get it. You know, you don't want to put blood right there in the beginning because we have a lot of blood towards the end. I get that concept. But for this match, it calls for that bloody finish. If Jericho is unresponsive, he's bleeding, it looked like a better visual. It's better to comprehend on television. And as a referee, the referee came and come over there. He touched him. Oh, my God, so much blood. Visuals, boom. It would have done great in the arena. But this finish made no damn sense.
And then,
in an unsanctioned
the
match.
follow-up on Dynamite didn't even make any more sense.
What happened?
Where they had the tag match, and I was just like,
Wait, what?
what are we doing?
What?
You didn't see Dynamite?
No.
Oh shit! They had Britt and Adam Cole.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Jericho
What?
and Paige.
Yo.
And Paige and fucking Britt Baker.
I need Paige off my TV.
Fucking punches were trash.
I need Paige off my
I
TV.
said, what the fuck are we
I need Paige off my TV.
Yo, where the hell is Serena
And
Deeb?
then Adam Cole won the match. It was just like, this is really pointless,
Serena
guys.
Deeb, you think she gonna make things better?
She's
a
a great
better worker,
wrestler.
though.
Great wrestler.
All right, see you better work or something like that.
Great wrestler.
Teach you
She
how
should
to
actually be
throw
the true.
punches.
She should actually be the true leader
you want-
of the Outcast.
So you want
oh shit! She should
you want to
really-
go? You want to go from
Yeah.
stale white bread
She
to
should-
stale wheat bread?
Well,
It's
don't
still
do
stale,
that.
my nigga, son.
It's
Don't
still
do
stale.
that.
Put it up. You put it in, make it on croutons.
Crouton.
Croutons. You know I'm Dominican.
You not.
Shout out
You
to Big
are, but you
Cuzzo.
not. All right. Next match on the card was
Jade.
Oh no, that was later in the match because that ladder match was before that.
Oh my God. Doodoo.
Yo,
Doodoo.
listen.
Doodoo.
If you are over, hey Steph, if you are over 250 pounds,
Shout out to Stephanie Hard.
you really shouldn't be on no damn ladder like
It
that.
was dope though, little swan.
He could have killed himself. That was a whole injury.
So
No,
you gotta appreciate him doing that.
bro.
Then fight Luchasaurus.
And then they had my Zaddy Arn on the fucking TV looking like Hannibal Lecter. I said, what?
Yo.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yo, he bit him. Like, why you buying niggas?
Why he biting? First of all, listen, AEW, Tony, I'm
should've
really
just shot
tired. I'm really exhausted of you trying to test my intelligence.
You know
because
what,
had a
Archie did? You should've shoot him.
had a nigga really bit his finger off, you really think he would have been able to get himself on that table to get on that for that spot? Come on.
Should have just had a gun.
Right. Should have been Brian Pillman on these niggas.
Like this. Shoot him.
It should have actually, the light should have went out. Woo! Light should have went out. Yeah,
And
y'all
he's
niggas
like
is
this
good
with
for
the
lights
gun.
out.
On with the gun. On with the gun.
Yeah.
Did he shoot him?
Damn. Like,
Come
oh
on.
man.
Opportunity. B.
Opportunity.
Miss opportunity.
Hold on, I feel like I need to go back.
Someone
Double or
said that
Nothing.
aren't out here challenging Inna Tyson.
Yeah, I guess because it's Vegas and
Yeah.
yeah, but
One
bro.
over shot Luchasaurus. Damn near killed himself. Yeah.
Yo,
get
he
the
nearly
gun.
almost
Yeah,
killed
get
himself.
the gun. Come on, I've been way better. So what's next on the card?
Hold on, I gotta pull up because now I don't remember shit. Let's see. What were you guys' favorites? Like some highs and lows of Double or Nothing. If y'all on the live feed,
I enjoyed it. I think MJ Math was the 4-way was good. They all did their thing on that 4-way.
so okay. So since we're getting into that side of the Jade versus Tyra Valkyrie for the TBS title.
All right.
was a
Where
decent match.
she
I got
got
a question,
60-0. But then in a turn of events, Mark Sterling said, "We got an open challenge going."
Mm-hmm.
And who walks through the door? Chris Statlander.
Mm-hmm.
Thicker than a snicker comes out. Looking better than ever. And gets the 1, 2, 3. Now, I know a lot of people, like I'm gonna talk to Jobber Nation now. I know a lot of people felt the way that our two black queens took L's this weekend physically, but they didn't take L's mentally. Let me tell y'all why. So on the Bianca Belair side, as y'all saw, even in Puerto Rico, there was the starting of the boos.
Mm-hmm.
There was a starting of people being exhausted with her being champion. There was a lot. They've exhumed 420 days of her being champion.
Mm-hmm.
So her losing the Oscar made sense. It was the right call. Mm-hmm. It was the right time. And it gives Bianca a nice little good reset to, have a good summer. And, everybody knows, listen, her comeback is always stronger. Mm-hmm. So this is she the type of bitch that could win Money in the Bank and hold it. You know what I mean? There's so many different things they can't do. Bianca definitely has the Cena effect because she can't be healed. So now she got to pause, reset, and then come back as a bigger baby face. Mm-hmm. But it's a good time for her to take some time off and stuff like that. So that's good. On the go ahead.
She should take some time off and get brolic, extra brolic. You know how when the guys do it, how they just come back extra.
Come
jacked?
back and extra. Yo,
Like
when
did a
Cameron
cycle.
Grimes came on the main roster, I said, "Oh, my man got 20 pounds of muscle on him. God damn."
Cameron Bryan looks too generic for me now.
Nah, I still love him.
No.
But-
Great wrestler though, but I feel like you need some of his look. Like I kind of like his old gritty look. But when he was coming out a little bit because
Oh, but he got money now. You talking about like when he didn't have money, but he got money now. which is actually true. I found out. I read an article that Ted DiBiase did an interview, and apparently Cameron Grimes did come up on some like.
We don't talk about that thief.
Well, not that thief, but Cameron Grimes invested in GameStop and got money out of that.
Okay.
So that whole like when they changed the gimmick to him actually having money and trading and all that, that was real shit. Like, so I thought it was really interesting that was actually a real thing. But on the Jade side, so Jade losing, thank you. We can get her out of this Donkey Kong box that she's been in, where there hasn't been real growth, there hasn't been real storylines, there haven't been anything real. Okay, go pee. Yeah, he was. But with Jade, there was just this. Now it's time for her to once again take some time off, sis. You literally been giving the company all of your time. So going to the question of for Jade, with Jade losing at Double or Nothing, is this the time where we gradually see a face turn from her, and then her either chase for the AEW Women's World Title? I say if they were smart, yes. But it's a little hard when you have you got DMD in the background. I do think that once again, her getting the title off her does give her the clean slate to now go after the world title. I just don't know. I don't see that happening before All In, unfortunately. I don't see her getting into that realm. So she may have the summer. She may pop in here and there. But I don't see them doing that until after Double or Nothing, until after All In in the UK. Because they're still riding with the Jamie Hayter and the Tony Storm thing and the Brit and them. So I think they're going to ride that throughout the summer.
So how was the match with Nyla Rose last night?
God. I don't know if it was me. And listen, I love Nyla, friend of the show. But I don't know if it's ring rust. I don't know. I didn't feel like it connected as much. It was weird.
So how'd she look though?
She looked like she had ring rust.
No, how like did she look like how did she look the same Nyla Rose, still the same energy?
Yeah, but she just looked like she had ring rust.
I
felt like everything was slow.
How did the crowd react?
I don't remember.
You forget that Weston just came from back injury, right?
I don't remember. Yeah, Chris
Stallion. Yeah. Okay. How I feel about?
Well, the finisher was the fucking 460. Or 360 splash or something. She had flipped from the top of the rope.
Cool. So,
all right. So then talking about the AEW.
Well, hold on. Like you're not the only one here. Let me answer the question.
What? Oh, go ahead. Answer the question.
I feel like you could turn her face, give her a title, but if she doesn't improve her in-ring work, all that would just be for nothing.
Kevin Nash said that.
Like there's literally no point of putting no titles on her. Because she needs to actually get better in the ring. Because there have been times where she doesn't sell at all. You understand?
Oh, she sold 0 on Saturday.
You feel me?
I mean, on Sunday.
Like
0.
Like, really? Like, something. Like, yes, she looked great in the ring. But she doesn't look comfortable. She has everything else. Everything else you want in a wrestler, everything. The personality, the social media presence, how she carries herself. She's a great example. She's black, like she has a black husband and everything like that. Everything you want a woman in general to be the face of your company. But the in-ring work, it's just not there. Because seriously, that TBS title, it literally hit a ceiling once she got it. Because to me, I saw that title as a showcase of different talent, but no talent was able to really showcase their stuff because she wasn't ready. Oh, it's empty. Like, she wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. So now you put the world title on her, it'll be the same exact thing. You're doing the same thing twice again? No, that's not right. So until she's go to the wilderness, wherever you want to go, I'm not telling her not to wrestle, appear out to Japan, whatever, but get your skills up. Because now, because of this, she's allowed to lose matches now.
Well, yeah, because now she's not unbeatable.
So at the end of the day, fuck everything else. Focus on your in-ring, and like, you're going to be good. So until then, I don't want to see you on my screen.
This one was the bathroom, so who knows what's going to happen with his tum-tum. But, so here was my thing. Yes, I agree with the match. Yes, I agree with the title changing. I didn't agree with when it happened. So, and I say that because You give this so and
That
it
was
actually
Hogan and Yokozuna.
it showed that you kept the title on her just so that Chris could take it off her. It showed exactly that. And I don't think that was the real intent, but it's what happened. So you want to celebrate her and her 60 wins, undefeated streak. And it's a beautiful accomplishment. Not going to hold you. As much as I didn't agree with the actual streak itself, because it gave me very William Goldberg vibes, but for her, as her being in the business 3-4 years, having this type of streak, having this type of platform, it's a phenomenal thing, and nothing should be taken away from that. And in saying that, y'all should have let her have the 60-0, and y'all could have did Chris on Dynamite, and she could have lost on Dynamite. Because in all honesty, I was actually surprised to see Chris having a match on Dynamite when the TBS title's been defending on Rampage ever since Jade had it. It was rare, if any, that she defended that title on Dynamite. So for Chris Statlaner's first title defense to be on Dynamite, I was just like, was that really?
Well, they don't.
Right.
They don't care for Jade like that. They don't know what to do with Jade.
They don't, and I really hope, sis, you take the time and you really
How the hell
think
you don't know what
about
to
it.
do with her? There's 1,001 templates to promote somebody.
Well,
I don't understand. If you need freaking examples, look at hip hop. Look at every other genre of music. How to promote their females. I'm gonna say females.
So
it's not that hard.
This is my take on it, and this is gonna sound fucked up. I mean, everybody hates me anyway, so I'm gonna.
Boy, get to the point.
No, I'm gonna say what I need to say the way that I want to say it, because you go around things all the time and say 100 things to get to your point. So I'm gonna take my time with my point. So this may offend some people. This may not offend some people. They saw what Bianca was doing in WWE. Many people may not see it, and they try to they want to do the same exact thing. And this may not be true. This might be true. In some ways, people complain about the diversity at AEW.
or lack thereof.
So they decided to put the belt on Jade. Maybe that's not what happened. Maybe I'm reading too much into things. Because there was a point where there was like literally they had nothing in diverse at all there.
Okay.
It was just white.
White America.
But they decided to switch things up, give Jade a chance and then whatever. So they wanted to her to be their connection to the African American market, the African American or the black in general wrestling fan, to connect them with them. But they didn't know, they had no creative behind it, really. They tried to do things with the baddies and it didn't really work out the way that it should have. They gave him Kara Hogan and they gave Layla. It didn't really work out 100% because they never had her on a show outside of Rampage. Mm-hmm. They barely put her on AEW. But it was the TBS title, so they wanted to keep it on TBS.
Yeah, but last night it was on.
I understand that.
No. And you're 100% right. There's ways to do it. But I feel like you're talking about a bunch of white dudes in an office who, especially just most of the time, it's Tony who's handling creative stuff. So it becomes second. It becomes like very like one of the last things on the list of dealing with. Now that he has hired somewhat of a team, congratulations once again to Will Washington for being there.
Who's Will Washington?
He's a podcaster. Now he's working with. He's a black dude that now he's working with AEW, and he's at the table.
You know him?
I know him. He knows of us.
But okay. But my thing is this way, right? Why don't you look at WoW to build women characters?
But the thing about it,
because their demographic does not like women wrestling. I'm answering the question so we can move on, because that's really what it comes down to. Their demographic, the guys that go to the show, because even when we was at the bar, niggas was like, that's bathroom break. Yeah, I don't want to see that. Yeah. And that's been the stigmatism of women's wrestling for a very long time. So that's why when you have matches, whether you agree or disagree, like I said, Saudi having 3 women's matches, whether you like it or not, means something.
Oh, that match was fire.
No, but the thing about it,
was fire.
I can push you. I can argue against that. a lot of times, and this is gonna be honest. I'm gonna be probably called a pig throughout this whole thing. There's two ways you can buy. Sometimes women wrestling is not given a chance. A lot of times, because there'll be some fire wrestlers not given a chance. Then there's other times it's not quality wrestling, which is men and women. But because it's women, they have to try even harder.
So do you think that?
Hold on.
Okay.
WWE has proven their women's wrestling is top tier.
And Impact.
And Impact, but I'm just gonna go off for WWE.
Okay.
Because you didn't hear, I didn't see it per se, or it's a bathroom break, any of the matches that was on.
No.
On the women's matches.
I don't know.
I don't know per se, but I don't hear that. I don't hear that anymore. Jade has never been given the opportunity to sharpen her skills on television. Outside of a match here and there, either on Rampage once in a while when she first started, Dynamite when she first started, and Rampage, and then a pay-per-view. Sometimes she doesn't even wrestle for the whole month, and she has a pay-per-view match.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she wrestles on. Does she wrestle on Dark? When she was wrestling on Dark in Elevation?
I have no idea.
So if we're going off her streak, how long she's been champion?
Definitely maybe over a year.
So let's say she's a year and a half champion. Disco Inferno even pointed this out. That means she wrestled only 60 times.
Correct. And Orange Cassidy got 100 wins.
But Orange Cassidy been wrestling. He was on Dark. He was on Elevation.
Yeah, but the thing about it,
right.
so should she.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So that's
you give the same energy.
That's the problem.
But you talk shit about Goldberg saying that his number was added on.
Fuck.
But he was wrestling.
What y'all not gonna do today is y'all not gonna set me off about fucking William
Goldberg was wrestling
and
on the weekend, unlike Jade.
And guess what, Tony? If you want to give him a check, by all means, give him a check. Because niggas is not checking for him over here at all. All right. Last thing, the Pillars match.
Thoughts? It was good.
The wrong person got pinned. Hands down.
Who got pinned? Darby?
Yep. Wrong person got pinned. And it goes back to somebody that commented, said it actually goes to even Jim Cornette fucking said what I said, and I appreciate it, bro, because we be on the same wavelength. It's because out of all of the four of them,
Darby's the hottest.
Darby was the hottest one.
Yeah.
Darby's been what? TNT champion. He's been on every major coffin match you can think of, all type
That's his
of
match,
shit.
coffin match.
Yeah, but listen, out of all the three of them, Darby's been the solo one that's credible, that makes sense with Maxwell. It makes sense. So the fact that he took the pin, I was disappointed.
Yo, no.
I was disappointed.
I gotta agree with you.
Because guess what? Sammy gonna be a daddy soon. Which y'all not gonna really build a program around him because he gonna be a daddy soon. Jungle Boy now going back to Jungle Hook. So what the fuck he couldn't take the pin? No. So I definitely think they dropped the ball on the MJF Darby thing. It was a missed opportunity. I don't know how they're gonna pick that back up. Because he loves seeing Encino Man. I hate him.
Who is this? Encino Man.
Watch the movie Encino Man with Brendan Fraser.
So,
but he talked about Jungle Boy.
So
that's what Jim Cornette called him.
So let me ask you a question. From the looks of it, these are the real pillars of AEW.
Ooh.
Darby, right? Darby, Ricky Starks.
Well, Ricky don't want to be labeled that, so
Ricky
he said
Starks.
That was a work shoot.
But still, he said it.
Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs. You know, listen.
Will, you deserve better.
Will
I want
Hobbs
better for you, bro.
And Daniel Garcia, or Darren Garcia, or Willa Yulia. You could like intertwine Willa Yulia with Darren, whatever. Intertwine either or.
Y'all niggas let Darby get pinned, but fucking Willie Yuta took the fucking pin in the fucking match.
But that's how you got to build your characters.
Exactly.
But I also think
exactly my point.
I also think Will you is being protected by Daniel.
Super protected. Super
but
protected.
All I'm saying
Which I'm not mad about it.
Politics.
I'm not mad about it because listen, if you're gonna align yourself with niggas that's gonna get you to where you want to go. I'm not mad about it because it's a hustle, and that's really what wrestling's about. But
all I'm saying is just like I kind of feel like those are the real pillars. Like, I'm talking about the guys that you can actually have a program with, actually do something with, actually talk on the mic. They're not going to embarrass you on the mic. Yeah, Mike said Brent Breaker, but in-ring is not the greatest.
But she still, that foundation he purposely created that women's program at the beginning for Britt. He made Britt untouchable, and I can tell you for a fact made Britt untouchable. So I definitely think that definitely Britt is on that level. But I mean, at the end of the day, you really just, if you're gonna have a pillars, you're gonna have a foundation. You want to build them, you want to grow them. So I wasn't upset that Wheeler took the pin. It made sense. If anybody was gonna pin, I mean, he pinned Kenny Omega. That's a big deal. So, but if anybody was gonna do that, it should have been him because that's the one you want to build.
Exactly.
So that makes sense. Exactly. But Darby taking the pin, I don't know how y'all gonna pick that back up.
That made no sense.
I have no idea.
That's one of my favorite wrestlers.
And like I said, even a few episodes ago, I really feel like they pulled the trigger too soon on the 4 Pillars match.
I've been saying this. The 4 Pillars match should have been for a lesser title. Because reason why I explain this because it's gonna be less of like pressure onto them, right? And because of that, they can look back on it and it'd be more room for error. Because this is for your world title. This is for your face of your championship. You gotta be on point. The 4 of y'all gotta be on point. Not just 3 one night, not just 2 one night or one night. The 4 of y'all. So y'all should have got the lesser title, and then you build it up from there.
And it's not just shade. The match was well produced.
It was great.
The spots were there. The story was there. I appreciate it.
But I don't care about them later.
I didn't. Right. And Dynamite, I don't think it didn't help that either because it didn't pick up on anything. It like you wasted 5 minutes of my time to tell me clearly CM Punk was coming back when you could have definitely given that to your champion to open up the show. I don't understand. What are we doing? What were your thoughts on the Anarchy?
Yeah,
they should have kept the music playing. Side note.
Yeah,
music added a different element.
I'll be the band members. That would have been higher.
I'm not a fan of those type of matches.
No, talk about it. It's a lot of niggas.
Just
it's a lot of niggas.
Just
it's a lot of people. I get it.
They're always too long because it becomes too ridiculous at some point. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, all right, wrap this up right now. Wrap this up. And then even like the mega super kick that he did with the fireworks.
Almost it. Okay.
It was kind of cool.
No, that shit was dope.
It was kind of cool, but they just become ridiculous.
It was an episode of ridiculousness.
Yeah, that's what happens with these matches. It's nothing like cool. It's pure entertainment, and it's interesting because they act like they don't do entertainment.
They don't want to do sports entertainment. But what, Tony? I know you be listening sometimes, so I hope you listening on this one. You need to fire whoever was in that fucking truck doing them fucking cuts. Production for Double or Nothing was trash. Absolutely. Like when you have a match like that with multi-camera shots and things going on, y'all gotta be on point. Y'all gotta hit them fucking buttons on point. We almost missed Cesaro and one of them Jackson niggas in that fucking truck, and I was about to be really upset about that. Because that whole thing was like, oh, shit. And then it cut back to the ring. You was just like, what the fuck? Like, listen, production is such a huge thing in wrestling. Even if you're there live.
Got you.
Super big.
I think that, thanks for reminding me, man. Like, I think that personally.
And then when he said it, he put it up.
Yeah, like, honestly, I'm going to say this. Yo, I'm fine with picture-in-picture. But you need to step your production, make it a 4-way camera. WWE does that. Other company does that. NFL does that. Why AEW is so far behind with your picture-in-picture? You know it's going to be a chaotic match. You knew this for weeks, Tony Khan. Weeks. Probably months. I don't know. Get your production guys ready. I want 6 cameras, 8 cameras, whatever, because when I get the 4-on-4, it'll be like, oh, shoot, this is hot. Because at home, it didn't look good. It was bad cuts. I don't know who's, like, directing y'all. I don't know what it is, though,
Bro.
because y'all cuts are terrible.
Terrible.
Your cameraman is not where they should be.
The cameraman needs to go to the Jerry Springer production.
Come on, son.
Boot camp. Like run on a treadmill with the camera on their head, on their back.
Yo, but talking about Super Saiyan, because I don't know, did y'all watch the Dark Side of the Ring episode?
Yes.
I didn't get to watch it yet.
Okay, we can talk about it next week. It's fine, but
It's mad sad.
this is super sad.
Mad sad.
About Chris Candido and Sunny.
Hmm.
But
Not a huge fan of Sunny.
no, she's low key
Oh.
trash, and she's even more trash after
Yeah.
this Dark Side
Yeah.
episode.
Super
I ain't gonna
trash.
hold you.
As a person.
Oh,
No, yeah. No, like
as a person,
this
she's
episode
trash.
is the cherry on
She
the
is
top,
trash.
low key.
So
Like she was smashing Shawn Michaels.
Yo, loud and proud.
So story time. So tell me about it. I don't care.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, backtrack it. This dude in the ring working. She over sucking dick in the back while he's in the ring.
Yo, but you know what? Listen, it takes two. Sean was no fucking better because he was dead on live camera on TVs and fucking shit, licking her face and kissing her and doing shit on TV, on live TV. So Sean
He
ain't
love
no
her,
better.
Son. He love her, son.
But what?
Wait. So we're gonna go over the fact that he just said, you know, my man was working and she made a back sucking dick.
Yeah,
Sucking dick.
pretty much.
Sucking dick in the back. Mind you.
He found her dead in a hotel with this nigga and was trying to get her to leave with him. And then his brother had to grab him and tell him, nah, let's get the fuck out. Like, this is where she want to be. Leave her ass where she want to be.
Okay. So
Shit is wild.
So can you guys talk about the episode?
I'll
watch it. I'll watch it probably tonight.
My biggest takeaway is I didn't think there were so many people that really love and admire Chris.
And they said nothing
Candido.
bad about him.
Why did they admire and love him so much?
Because
he
he was about the business.
Yeah, he was about the business.
He passed away, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was about the business. But here's how he passed away. That's why I wanted to bring it up because you brought up cameraman. So there was a time where he was on, he finally got clean, was trying to do very well for himself. And Impact got hired by Impact. He's a part of like a little trio thing. And one of the matches that he had, a cameraman, it was like one of them cage little things they did. The cameraman was inside of the ring, so he didn't want to kick the cameraman. So he kind of tried to move in midair, ended up breaking his ankle.
Okay.
Because he was trying to protect the cameraman. He didn't want the cameraman to get hurt in the ring. So he broke his ankle. Then he had surgery. And then the next day, got on a plane to go to the taping for Impact. Went on Impact show. Cast, all crutches, everything. Did the whole segment with the team because he was with the team still. And then got back on he flew to where he was at. And then called his mom and was on some like, yo, I don't feel good. Like, and she's just like, well, just lay down. You know, you be fine. That was the last time she spoke to her child.
What did he pass away from?
Blood
clots. Because he got on the plane and went to the show.
Oh, because of the
broken
the
ankle.
The air.
Yeah, the altitude.
And the one thing.
The broken ankle is what killed him.
And the one thing that I got from it is what I realized by Jim Cornette is it humanizing him. Because once you take away...
we was in the house teary-eyed.
Yeah.
Because first it was Lance, and I knew him and Lance was close because they were tag team together in ECW. So I totally understood why Lance was so heartbroken. And then Tom
Lance
Pritchard.
Storm?
Yeah. And Tom Pritchard was his tag team partner with the blonde. I didn't realize that. And then Tom was so heartbroken. He said Tommy Dreamer called him to tell him. Tommy Dreamer was crying, calling him, telling him. And he got off the phone and started crying.
Jim Cornette.
And Jim Cornette started talking about it. And he had to stop them because he got emotional. He started crying. He was like, yo, I'm not one to get really emotional about a lot of people, but Chris is one of them. Yeah. So that was my biggest, because I didn't think I didn't know really much about him because Sonny was the star out of all of them.
So I want to get messy.
Yeah.
Why was Sonny such a horrible person?
Oh.
Her
ego and stuff like that.
No, one at a time.
Okay, understanding that he liked her, he saw her.
No, he loved her.
He loved her, whatever.
He did love her.
With her, and then brought her to the business.
Oh, so he brought her.
Yeah.
They didn't meet in the business.
No. So they were together. They were a couple in Jersey, and they ended up, I think, moving to Nashville because he was a part of Smoky Mountain. That's how him and Jim. But the mom only let them go if he enrolled in school. Yeah. She wanted to be a fucking doctor. She was pre-med major in college and figured like, oh, you know what? Let me make a few extra dollars on the side. That's cool. But this is me helping him live his dream.
Yeah. And after that, Jim Cornette said that, yo, this kid's moving from where he's moving from. and I have a bright idea. I'm gonna make her a valet so he could pay both of them because he's making like $40 a night wrestling. So if it's them two, that's 80. Whatever how many the thing is, I'm gonna pay both.
I'm able to use them.
And the crazy thing about it is they was in a very Republican states. So then they did like a Democrat. There was Hillary Clinton.
There was the time when Bill was president.
Jim Cornette did his make sure promote him. Went to the E. There was bodybuilders. And when the E happened, injuries and stuff like that, he started getting addicted to it.
He started taking muscle relaxers.
Yeah.
And that's when the pills thing.
Hold on, one at a time, guys.
And mind you, Sunny didn't need those pills. She was doing it socially. So she did all socially. And the crazy thing about it, she got too big. Like, she got very big. And, like, when he was at the card, it was like, dang, what the hell?
So as a female, Janelle, what did you think about it? About what she did to him and stuff like that. I
thought it was trash.
So how did she get? So I'll ask you, Janelle, because it's a female point of view.
Hey, Matt.
What happened? When did the shift happen? When she became the star, and was it? When
they went on the E.
Yeah.
So Vince was like, "I love you" or something like that. What's going on?
Well, they didn't get
first diva.
They didn't get too deep, but yeah, they pushed. Yeah. They presented her as the new generation, like Miss Elizabeth in that light.
Who was she working with? She was with Chris.
Yeah, she started working with Chris, but then he ended up getting injured. And that took him off TV, but she still worked. So then that's when they started putting her into like the backstage and up front, and then she started doing the modeling and shit. So then they was doing the pictures and the sexy photos and the magazines and stuff like that.
But how did she get involved with Sean?
Oh, being a hoe.
Yeah, I was about to say taking them drugs socially.
So explain how she got with Sean.
So she got with Sean because like this is what Jim Cornette said, and the other guy said that they were just like because. This is why he respected business so much. He understand this is our type guy. I can't do this because if the top guy goes, it ruin my money.
Listen, she was fucking with the top guy because she wanted to be on top.
And everyone said this. Oh, right. Everyone said this. If HBK was on a lower card or same mid card as him, he would have fucked him up. Jim Cornette said that he would have murdered him. But he understands that he's the top guy. He can't say much.
Okay, so let's.
So he had a politic.
No, hold on.
He had a politic to keep his position, but in knowing that his whole bitch was out here sucking and fucking the top guy.
So okay, let me rewind this because this is spicy. This is messy.
Yeah.
So
I gotta get her book now. Shout out to Matthew. He said that she wrote in a book. I gotta get a book for Thought Ways.
So she's popping.
Most dialing person on like AOL.
Yeah.
He said,
no,
well,
dead ass. That's what Terry Runnels said. Terry Runnels was in the episode, and she said that. She said Sonny was the most downloadable person.
And she was
on
laughing
AOL.
too. She was like, "They're AOL." Yeah, y'all probably don't know about that.
So all right,
popping.
So all
popping.
Right. Because I like messy stories. So you're telling me, Chris, low key like Matt Hardy, was back home.
Yes.
Back.
Oh my God.
Wait. Before you go off.
Yes.
Before you go off. So he's back home. You know, he got addicted to the pills because he's injured, whatever, and injuries happen. Her image is getting bigger. She isn't with Sean. She is just a model, a backstage correspondent. She's doing her thing, and they're promoting her because she's one of the first like divas person, like you said.
Yeah.
So she sees Sean is popping on these streets. So she's like, damn.
Yeah, I need to hop on that.
I want to get more money and more fame. And I know he got Vince in his back pocket. He got political influence among the locker room and the company. I'm going to go over here and mess with him. So she seeked out Sean.
Yeah.
Sean didn't seek her out.
But Sean just took it because he's the top guy. He could do that shit.
So Sean was just like, oh, you coming here? All right. I'll get some head.
Yo, I'm telling you, in the episode, there was one scene where I guess she was like interviewing him after a match or something, and like she ended up having like either whipped cream or something like on the side of her face or some shit, and that nigga licked that shit off of her.
And at this time, Chris is still with her.
Yes.
Because he loved her, son.
Because he loved her,
and here comes the sad part, but when she's all messed up, Chris said to his brother, yo, get out of here.
Yeah, his brother was trying to get him out, and she's like, nah, like, I gotta save her. I brought her into the business, so I have to protect her.
Oh, man. Son.
Sad as fuck.
Now, we went to ECW.
Okay.
ECW, he's doing his thing, whatever. Of course, she's still sucking dick in the back. You feel
Well,
me?
she doing mad
Hold
drugs.
on, she went to ECW.
With
they
him,
both-
yeah.
They both,
Oh, they both.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
hold on. After
He
she-
machoed her. He machoed her.
After she's
got her the job.
after she's
with-
messing with Sean,
Go with Paul.
Yeah.
did nasty stuff,
Yeah.
disrespected him. He still took her to ECW with
Yep.
him.
But you know why that they ended up firing her? Because Stable came in the picture. She was old news. Wash.
Yeah, Sable came,
Yep.
and then that was
Yep.
What?
It was
Yeah.
different. They say, you gone. So like ECW, they obviously had a drug problem. They obviously had a drug problem.
Oh, they were
so
on that.
Paul Heyman, bright idea was, you know what? I ain't gonna fire y'all. I'm gonna punish y'all. So then he had a whole segment of her talking about her drug abuse.
yeah, like how it started. All for ratings.
He talked
and
about
stuff.
Vince, right?
So niggas was saying here like, yo, Paul need to deactivate for a few days. And it's just
He
like,
talked about Vince, right? Talk about Vince, right?
it's just like, yo, we still talking about the chick that is in jail right now for manslaughter. So
Oh,
What?
and then after that he did his thing, whatever. Oh, so
and they stole mad money from ECW.
Who? Them?
Yeah.
How?
Because since they weren't working, Paul said, you know what, let me keep you on the admin side so you'll book all the travel for the talent and hotel.
Why weren't they working?
And blah, 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 because they were on the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So he said he didn't want to fire him, but he didn't want them to wrestle because Sonny was fucking high as a kite in the ring, like stumbling and shit.
yeah.
And the crowd was noticing it and saying like crack whore.
Crack
or,
whore.
yeah, like shit was wild. So Paul had them do bookings for the talent and stuff like that. Well, what they ended up doing was they ended up paying for the talent, but when the reimbursement came, it came in cash and they kept the cash. So they were in debt when ECW went down. They still were in debt to ECW for like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Sonny and
And Chris, yeah,
they lost their house and everything.
lost the house, everything. So
Who's to blame on that? Was it Sonny or Chris?
probably both.
Probably both, yeah. Because
I'm gonna give both on that.
oh, don't
one.
forget, like he got to painkillers, all that
Yeah,
too.
because he still was.
Yep.
So after that ECW thing was when they kind of like split, and then he got clean because he wanted to wrestle again. He ended
He's
up
32.
He was on the Indies.
He was only 32.
Yeah, he was on the
33, yeah.
Indies, and he looked like big as a balloon. He looked out of shape, and he said him and his brother went to eat somewhere after a show and saw these guys looking real skinny and like, how are they wrestlers? Like when I was coming up in the business, everybody was in shape and together, and that made him want to get sober, and he got
And
sober.
his brother said this line. He's like, dang, basically you talk about the indie guys, not in shape, right? And at the very end, he talked about, yeah, he looked like this. When I was at WWE, he was like, but bro, you already made it. And that's the woman down. He put down the drugs.
Yeah, he got
man.
clean.
He got in shape.
He was clean for
looking
like a year and a
good,
half, 2 years.
Everything, man.
Yeah.
And then thank God for Impact Wrestling.
And then Impact,
Somebody
and then that's
scooped
what
him up,
happened, yeah.
But
then the ankle took him out. So, but that's why it's a very good. Also, too.
Sonny?
Yeah, right. So, but shout outs to, this is why like low key what comes on after AEW ends up being watched. There's some new show on fucking TNT. And it's about, I don't know what it's, if Michael, you still watching? What's the name of the shit we was watching last night?
What's it
But
about?
it was about Hogan suing.
oh yeah, I heard
The
about
media
that.
company.
Yeah.
Oh, word?
Yeah, about the
Gogger.
sex tape. Come to find
Not
out that
Gogger. Is it
nigga
Gogger?
didn't have a clue he was being taped. The nigga, when he sued them,
No,
they
yeah,
went
that's why
bankrupt.
that's why he
Oh,
won.
there you go, Rich and Shameless. There you go, that's the name of the show.
Yeah, there's a Dennis Rodman one too.
Okay, so the Dennis
Oh,
Rodman
watch
might
that
have been
one.
the first episode because it was episode 2. So it was about Hogan and how he sued them for defamation and all that stuff, and then he found out that he was being taped without his knowledge. I was like, damn, Hogan, that fucking sucks. Ended up winning over like $15 million out of that. They
Put the
ended up
business
selling.
under- yeah.
Yeah, the business went bankrupt.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really interesting episode. I will give Michael that one because he was tuned in, and at first I was like, fuck this, I don't want to watch it. But then we ended up watching it, so that was that. We can wrap up real quick. NXT Battleground, if you have not watched, because it was on the same night as Double or Nothing, I highly recommend watching the Ilya Dragunov versus Dijak match. To be honest, one of the best matches of the year, hands down, on NXT brand. Carmelo Hayes retained his title. We have a new NXT Women's Champion with Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. I'm here for it. She has one. I put this. She has one of the best moonsaults in the business. one of the best moonsaults currently in the business, Tiffany Stratton of NXT, your NXT Women's Champion. They're going to do a battle royal next week on NXT to determine the next number one contender. They have, I'm trying to think what else happened. They had Gallus. We had two surprising appearances. Mustafa Ali entered the realm of the NXT arena during the North American title match. Well, North American champion was tagging with Tyler Bate. And he walked in and the crowd was stunned. And I was like, woof, this is great. And he's been wanting to go to NXT. So this is actually a really good opportunity for him.
Corbin.
And Baron Corbin. Yo, I was so upset because, and this is how you know production with them is day and night. Literally was watching NXT. The fucking credits came because Carmelo had put the title up. The credits came at the bottom of the TV screen. I turned it because I was like, oh, it's off. And then, like, maybe 30 minutes later, everyone's like, Baron Corbin. And I was like, what? When did y'all see Baron Corbin? Because I didn't see him, and I watched NXT. The nigga came on after the damn credits came, after I turned the damn TV off. I said, what the fuck? Baron Corbin came out, attacked Carmelo Hayes, so it looks like he's going to be the next challenger for the NXT title, which I love for him because, if you're not using him in one way, and they're really utilizing the free agent, and I think that's what I love about it the most is I didn't think they were going to be using the free agency very well, and they have been. So they have, and Mustafa Ali and Baron Corbin are both free agents. And Dolph is a free agent.
So the workhorses.
Low key, the Hurt Business. So Ced and Shelton is free agents. Von Wagner. So that explains why he was in that battle royal. So it's really cool to see them utilizing them in NXT, which is really cool. Man, what a wrestling week it's been. Let's see what happens. Once again, Tony Khan announced another announcement that CM Punk will be returning for Collision June 17th. So I guess tune in for that. But next week we will be once again here again. Maybe not in this room. I don't know. But we'll be back. Thank you guys for joining us this morning, this afternoon. Your late brunch, early lunch, delightful.
So got the hands in motion. If you go rolling, no need to focus. Traveling states and over oceans. You gotta wait till your coast chosen. Trying to have lines outside the show like Harry Potter releases at Barnes & Noble.